What up, though? What's good, people? What up? What's going on, fam? What up, family? What's good, y'all? Shout out to the chat, man. The chat popping right now. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up if you have not, man. It's your boy Dunk. We about to get rocking and rolling. The Panthers are going into week 2 of preseason. That means another joint practice with the Houston Texans. But first of all, it's Wednesday. Give it up for yourselves, guys. Give it up for yourselves by making it to Wednesday. We in here, man. We're rocking and rolling. We're getting that much closer to the regular season, but it's another piece of information that we're going to collect on our team because this is the next challenge. This is the next challenge going against the Houston Texans. Playoff team, good defense. We know what they got going on at quarterback already. We're going to break it all down and talk about some stuff that we can look forward to, what I'm going to be paying attention to, what you should be paying attention to, and what we can learn from this shindig that's going down Thursday. And, of course, the preseason game that's coming up last week. Also got some news and updates we're going to talk about as well and get to this. And maybe I'll give my last bow on last week's preseason game, talk about a few underrated players that I thought did their thing. But let me get into this super chat. Shout out to Nicole on the super chat. Appreciate you, Miss Lady. Appreciate you, Miss Lady. She said, what up, though? What's good? Somebody said my hat clean as hell. Appreciate this. Corduroy. I found this on, what did I find it on? Mercari. Where did I get the paint splatter? The paint splatter that I had was New Era. Said bring back the phone lines. Okay. I think I'm gonna start doing it when I'm at home. I won't be at home for the game this week. I'll be remote. I'll be doing my post-game live stream on Bleacher Report. So shout out to Bleacher Report. I'm a company man. But next week, if I'm at home, I'll start doing phone lines after the game. I'll do my recap probably on Bleacher Report. I'll come back to the channel exclusively and talk, and then I'll open up the phone lines maybe on their post game. Just let y'all get y'all takes off and get y'all feels so I can talk to y'all. All right. Dar, what up, though? Josh Barr, what up, though? T Green, what up, though? Mr. Luke Cage, man, what's good, bro? Checking in with you. What's good? T Green, Nick Rosa, Chris Dillard. Hollywood Gaming was good, bro. Marco, Jamel, T. Cole, Black Balling Empire, what up, though? J47, what up, though? I got to get through those quick because the replay squad, it's people be complaining about me taking too long with my greetings and what up, though. But I like to greet my live family. But I'm sipping on a Voodoo Ranger by New Belgium. Voodoo Ranger. I'm not sponsored. They need to. But again, y'all know me. I'll have to say, this is for your IPA drinkers. I got to give y'all that. I got to give it to y'all on this one. This is actually a half decent IPA. One of 2 IPAs that can actually tolerate. I like Hopsecutioner and I like Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo Ranger is also 9.5. It'll get you there pretty quick. It take about 2, maybe 2 gonna get you a buzz. 3, you gonna be in there. So that's why I like these, man. It's an easy drink. They flavored as well. It's not as bitter as most IPAs. I don't know, IPA drinkers, they're like some kind of cult or whatever. They try to bully you if you don't drink IPAs. I like wheat beers. They look at me like I'm crazy because I drink wheat beer. Just because I like to be refreshed. I like to enjoy my beer. I like something nice and easy to drink, especially if I'm on a golf course. But if you these IPA drinkers, they be trying to act like you ain't really drinking real beer. If your beer ain't got hops, if ain't a double IPA or a triple IPA or something like that. Well, not too much, man. Not too much. I'm a wheat beer drinker. You know what I'm saying? These IPAs, bro. Y'all be doing too much, man. Y'all IPA drinkers be doing too much. But I'm cracking one open tonight. Shout out to all IPA drinkers out there. But let's talk about it. Said shout out New Belgium. So you're in the city. I mean, you in Colorado. said, shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat. He said, the linebackers. He said the linebackers look suspect. Trade for Shaq Thompson. Hey, man. Hey, that ship didn't sail. I was watching Hard Knocks. It looked like Shaq might be starting for the Bills. So you mean to tell me you mean to tell me that Shaq Thompson, he too old and washed up and injury prone to start for us little old Carolina Panthers, but he might end up starting. Is he going to start or be in a rotation? I saw him. He was going against the starting group in training camp on the Bills Hard Knocks. And the Bills were in the AFC Championship last year, right? But I mean, he too good for him. I don't know. I get it. Y'all wanted to turn the page on the old head. I get it. Right? That's why we got rid of Shaq. Knowing that our linebackers need some help. We need some depth. Like, dang, just for Josie Jewell to walk out the door. They knew that. Didn't they not know that? He's been in concussion protocol since the season ended. They didn't know Josie was going to be on the fence. I'm asking a question. They didn't know Josie was going to be on the fence? Sure would have been nice to have Shaq Thompson around. Just saying. But that's neither here nor there. So you didn't know I knew ball about beers. Yeah, I know ball, man. I just speak my truth. I speak my truth, brother. I speak my truth. Yeah. Shaq wasn't all that to me. He played kind of late. Lazy. Shaq did not play lazy, bro. Shaq was one of the only ones playing hard out there. A leader, holding people accountable. He spoke in the media about stuff. Hey, man. I'm just saying, we could really use some linebacker help right now. But let's talk about this joint practice, man. Let's talk about this joint practice. Because, man, oh, man, we done touched down in Houston. Finally got some sunny weather, it seemed like. The clouds, it's been raining for about, 3 weeks straight here in the southern region. It's been raining for a good little minute in the southern region. So I know them boys, we ain't got no indoor facility. I know them boys happy to get to some clear weather. I know them boys happy to get to some clear weather. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I know they happy about that. So tomorrow practice is going to be hot. It's going to be warm. It's going to be lit. They're going to be ready. They're going to be ready. I want to see what these boys got in store, because this is going to be the real test. The Browns are the Browns. They're going to be not a great team. I'm just going to tell you that right now. They're not going to win a lot of games. Again. But the Texans, a team that's been to the playoffs last year, a team with a top, 5 defense, them boys going to be, they're not going to maybe not get over the top, but this is a real team. Let's talk about some of the matchups that I'm going to be paying attention to and looking at some of the reports. Obviously, I'm not going to be there. I wish I could. I love Houston. I've been to Houston. One of the few away games that I've been to that we won. That was the Kyle Allen game where he ducked under J.J. Watt and he threw that pass. We beat Houston. You know what I'm saying? I've been to NRG. It's cool out there. T. Cole talking about that bubble. I tailgated in the bubble with the Roaring Riot. Shout out to the Riot. But they have some strong points on their roster that's going to really test what we got. Let's start first here. That Texans defensive line. I'm talking Danielle Hunter. I'm talking Will Anderson Jr. 2 of the best edge rusher duos in the league. In the league. They're going to be going against Ike Ekwonu and Taylor Moton. Like, it's going to test us, man. Icky, you want to get that bag? It's a OG and it's a young gun in Houston that's gonna really see how much you're worth. Whether it's one-on-ones or team or run period, whatever it may be, you're going to get tested. This defense is nasty. D'Amico, he got them boys playing ball. That defense is nasty. That defense is nasty. So they're really going to test us. We're going to find out what we got on the outside. Now, interior-wise, I don't know what's going on. I know Austin going to be in there. I know Damian Lewis is hurt. Robert Hunt, he rolled the ankle. I don't know if he's in or out. So he's not even. I'm not even sure what our interior is going to look like. If it was a real game, I'd be pretty bothered. But even though it's practice, the interior of our O-line is what stirs the drink, bro. It's the straw that stirs the drink. I'm telling you, it's where we get the movement in the run game. It's where we anchor and pass pro so Bryce can step up. Because a lot of the times, these edge rushers, they try to beat Icky with speed because Icky struggles with speed a little bit. They try to beat him with speed. All Icky do is just ride them around the horn and let them go about their business. Bryce steps up, and then scramble drill time. But you have to have that anchor in front of you for Bryce to be able to step up. So I want to make sure that interior is strong. Like I said, Austin can hold it down. Shout out to Austin for winning that job. But I want to see what everybody else talking about. Shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat. He said Houston definitely got them bubbles. Call them yumbles. Listen, man, this is a PG podcast, and I'm a married spud. And that was what Mr. Potato Head said. You know what I mean? But I appreciate the super chat, and I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. My uncle in the building. Shout out to Uncle Alvin. What up, Unc? He a Panthers fan. Last time I talked to him, he said he wasn't that sold on Bryce, y'all. My uncle told me he wasn't that sold on Bryce yet, man. Last time we talked. Shout out to my uncle, man. But yeah, O-line, D-line, man, it's going to be a true test. It's going to be a true test, man, for sure. And with the O-line, I'm kind of glad that and this is kind of a sidebar. We'll get back to the joint practice because I want to touch on a little bit real quick about Austin Corbett being named the starter. I know a lot of people are like, okay, it's kind of random for a training camp battle to be settled before camp is over. Yeah, they probably did it, one, because it was kind of clear and obvious, but two, out of necessity, right? Because you need to make a decision because you have some injuries to your guard positions. Your starting left guard is hurt, Damian Lewis. Your starting right guard is on the mend right now. And then your second string guard, Chandler Zavala, is hurt as well. They seem to want to make Brady Christensen that swing tackle. He wants to always play tackle. He can play interior, but it seems like they want him to be that tackle instead of guard. Right? And so they, you know what I'm saying? They want to make some kind of continuity and clarity there. So that's why you don't see Brady Christensen starting at guard. But they named Austin the starter. So they're going to go ahead and use Cade Mays as a guard. They've already done that in practice right away. Cade Mays has experience playing all three interior positions. I think he even played out on the edges in college. He really could play all five. And so I think that it's just a matter it's just a matter of what they needed to do. They had to do it. They almost had no choice. And Chandler Zavala, his injuries, patellar, is going to be a little bit more longer term. Damian Lewis, I think that shoulder injury is what hurt him last year. He missed a lot of training camp last year. And then Robert Hunt, he rolled his ankle. I'm not really completely sure of his status. Obviously, it looks like he traveled. I saw him getting on the team plane. But they may want to be a little cautious with their highest paid offensive lineman, right? I would. It's just preseason. It's just camp. Week 1 is what we focus on. And so they need to see, like, okay, hey, like we got to figure something out. We trust Cade. Cade, he hasn't played a ton of guard for us as an organization, as in like the current regime, but we know he can play it. So we feel more comfortable with him there. And so they made that decision, and I think it's a smart thing to do. There was no point in dragging it out. Corbett looked good, and like I said, in the Fan Fest, what I saw, and in preseason, he looked good. He's been going with the first group since every report we've heard from camp, from what I saw, from, like I said, the practice and preseason. So I just think Austin, he's that guy. He was the guy last year. He had a pec injury, which is, I'm not tripping on a pec injury. Once you heal up, you're fine. It wasn't like it was another knee surgery that would like, oh, he's not going to be the same. He's going to be washed up because he had another leg injury. No, he had a pec injury. Not saying it's not major, but it's not something that I think would affect his performance. So I'm very, very comfortable with Austin playing. When he's been on the field for us, he's been one of the best offensive linemen that we've had. He's super smart. He's a leader. I'm good. I'm good. But I think having him in the middle, having that clarity right away, is going to do nothing but help us. What up, though, Lucas? I'm say he need the hat. You got it, man. It's corduroy. Mr. Luke K said it's a good game to see a tight ends fight it out. Yeah, I'm that's gonna be the group. Mainly Jatavian Sanders. I want to see Jatavian Sanders make a splash. He's in premium shape. He's been moving well. He's had a great camp. Let's go ahead and get the tight ends involved. Because he didn't get any targets with the starters, as little as they were out there. Let's go ahead and get him involved. Let's see what he can do, man. Let's see what he can do in open field. I want to see what JT can do in open field. He done put in the work. Let's give him a shot. Throw him a bone. Throw JT a bone in the game. Let's see what happens. Let him run down the scene, stretch the field. But that brings me to the next matchup that I'm going to be paying attention to. It's the Panthers wide receivers versus that Texans secondary. Now, the Texans, they've had a lot of injuries at the safety position. C.J. Gardner-Johnson got hurt. He's going to be out for a while. I think Jimmy Ward is their other one. He got hurt. So he's going to be out for a little minute. They signed, who is that? Jalen Mills recently. He just got there. Is he going to insert into the starting lineup? I don't know. But on the outside, Derek Stingley and Kamari Lassiter, another tough duo. Look, Derek Stingley, he getting paid like the best in the business. And he just might be, arguably. Some people say Surtain, some people say Stingley, some people say Sauce. Whatever your flavor is, he's one of the ones. He's one of the ones. So, what you got? What you got? You going against the best in the business? Where are we as a receiver group? We're arguing here amongst the fan base about we need to trade so and so. We need to cut this guy. This is the deepest we've had since whatever. When technically, if you want to be real, these guys haven't proven anything outside of Adam Thielen. Nobody in this group has proven anything. On paper and in camp, stuff looks good. These guys haven't proved anything yet. So this is going to be the test. Everybody trying to make these rash decisions by trading so-and-so. Make so-and-so wide receiver one. We need to cut so-and-so. No way we should carry X amount or whatever. We got to find out first. We got to find out what we got. The Browns were no real test. This is going to be a real test. Who's going to step up? Because somebody, you got to prove it. T-Mac, you got the draft pedigree. Big, long receiver. Jalen Coker has been balling recently. Xavier Legette, first-round pick. We seen the yak flashes in FanFest. Adam Thielen, the OG, triple OG. Hunter Renfrow, the route extraordinaire. Show me. If y'all as good as we hoping and think y'all are, show it. You got to show it. That's what we got to see. It's cool to battle amongst yourselves against the friendly fire with the training camp highlights that we haven't really been able to see in person. But we're going to find out now. We're going to get clips. Houston allows fans to record, and they allow fans in the stands. We are going to get clips. It may be a little bit slanted towards them because it's going to be their fans, but they allow clips and videos, so we're gonna get it from the other side. We're gonna see the other side of it and what's going on, right? We're gonna be able to find out what we got. So this is gonna be a real test for our wide receivers. Young group with potential. They do have potential, but you got to show and prove, man. You got to show and prove, man. Got to show and prove. But if you guys watching, make sure you please give this video a thumbs up. We rocking. We rolling. We doing our thing, man. We doing our thing right now. Yeah, potential don't win no championship. SR Dome. Major super chat, man. Woo! With the $50 off the top rope. Super chat, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for the honest perspective, man. I only know one way to be. I try to be honest. I try to get my perspective. I try to back it up with film and statistics. So it ain't just me talking outside of my neck. If you're from the country, you understand that saying. Everybody may not catch that. Talking out the side of my neck. I try to do it, and I try to be consistent. Y'all seem to like what I have to say, so I keep doing it. I appreciate y'all watching. That's a big one. I gotta give you another round of applause for that one. 2 rounds of applause. And shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat as well, saying that special teams ain't special. Yeah, outside of that kickoff, which is apparently some ninja next level thing that we did where we put the ball on the ground and end up only letting guys get to the 20, which is dope because the new rules are weird that you get a touchback, get you to the 35. So stopping somebody inside the 20 or at the 20, that was good. Every other phase was a mess. Punt return, we had a fumble catch. People acting like they're scared to get back there and catch the ball. No great returns on that. Everybody looked shaky back there. They looked unsure of themselves. Kick return was not that great either. Punt coverage was We got a couple players that stepped up, but we got to find out what we got, man. We need some guys to step up, special teams wise. Sam Franklin is gone. Who was a special teams ace? He's gone. We got to get it together. For real. Because that'll lose us some games. It hurt us. It hurt us in the Super Bowl. Ain't it? Am I on Spotify? I'm not on Spotify, unfortunately. I need to. My podcast is Panther Banter but I I don't drop on there as often as I do on the channel. I do think Renfro has a job. Tracy Smith just said the same thing. Renfro has a chance at punt return, and that's going to be the only thing he does. That lets me know that Hunter Renfro is not some guy that he's going to make the team, guys. Hunter Renfro is going to make the team. If you didn't know, now you know. He's going to make the team. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. Shouldn't be a hot take. Shouldn't be controversial. At this point, he's making the team. He probably will have some of the most dependable hands. Obviously, he's slippery with the ball in his hands. But again, we just need somebody that's experienced, that can catch the ball cleanly, and is not going to turn it over. So that's what I'm looking for at this point. We may not be able to find a weapon, but we need somebody that can field that thing clean. I got this shirt from Fanatics. You won't get the exact one, but you can get something real close. All right. Next up, I want to see our matchup with the Texans wide receivers versus our secondary. So, of course, our secondary, without J.C. Horn, looks a little different. Mike Jackson has had a good camp. And the undrafted free agent, Corey Thornton, has really been putting on. Now, of course, with me, with undrafted free agents, the way I treat it, I'd rather be late to the party than early and get my hopes up. Y'all know I wasn't a cokehead from day one. And I didn't hate on Coker. I just needed to see him make it all the way through before whatever. You know, because there's always these camp darlings that we have sometimes, and like it doesn't always work out. But Coker, he was consistent. He continued to make plays. He did his thing. He made it. And so once he made the team, it's like, all right, bet. And then once he started making plays, it's like, all right, bet. Right? So I like to kind of just play it slow and go from there, right? And so with Corey Thornton is a guy that has earned the right, and I talked about it in my post-game thing. Corey Thornton has earned the right for me to want to see more from him. And I'm not some all-eye authority on whatever. This is just my opinion. Because I saw him on the wrong side of too many highlights for me to be all in on him. Again, that T-Mac one-hand catch, that was on him. I saw Jalen Coker beat him in a one-on-one. That's on him. But the way he played in that preseason game, this dude was playing ball. Guarding Deontay Johnson. Pressure coverage. He had a nice pass deflection. A very, very long range, a long arm, corner. Physical, likes to play that man coverage, plays that boundary, aka the backup to J.C. Horn, who plays on the short side of the field, who ends up matched up one-on-one many, many times. And so Corey Thornton is a guy that he played physical. He played with attitude. He played with confidence. And so I'm not saying that some people have jumped already off the bridge. Some people want him to start. Some people are saying they want him to start with Mike Jackson. I'm like, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. For one, again, we can slow play this guy. There's nothing wrong with being slow to the party and letting him prove himself. It's been training camp in one game. Training camp in one game, not even against the starters. Yes, he went against Deontay, but Deontay, y'all know how Deontay be sometimes. Y'all know how Deontay be sometimes. But he did have some good reps. This is the week we're going to really find out about Corey Thornton. Nico Collins. Christian Kirk. Jalen Noel. Jaden Higgins. Braxton Berrios. They got some dudes. They got some dudes at wide receiver. right? So we're going to find out. These one-on-ones, these 7-on-7s, in the game, we're going to find out what Corey Thornton is made of. That's why I'm like telling people, just chill. Just sit back and chill. Don't try to give him too much too soon. The young brother is playing good football. At worst, he's made the team. And we're thin at corner. I think he's already secured a spot on the team at worst. But in terms of talking about a start, come on, man, just chill. Chill. Let him continue to prove himself. Let him keep stacking up days and weeks and games. So I want to see what he's got. This is going to really tell us all we need to know about Corey Thornton. But in terms of just trying to hand him a starting spot right away, I don't know, man. Y'all, that's a little too, y'all jumping off the bridge too quick, man. We got to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes just a little bit. But without J.C. Horn, I would love for Corey Thornton to step up. I would love for Mike Jackson to step up. I would like for Shaw Smith-Wade, who's been a camp MVP, according to the media, to show me something. Had a very mild game. Couple of nice blitzes in the preseason, but a mild game. It was very, very quiet in joint practice. So I want to see him step up. Because they got some slot receivers. Said, put the anointing oil away. Put the anointing oil away. Quit anointing these dudes too early. I'm going to use that. D-Mac, what up, though? I'm going to use that. Eric Ashford, what's good, brother? But yeah, I'm going to use that. Put the anointing oil away. Shout out to my church folks. But yeah, I want to see what they do. But in the trenches, I want to see our D-line step up. The Texans have some question marks on their O-line. They're figuring things out. They got some suspect names in the trenches, in my opinion, on paper. I don't know, dog. I don't know about that Texas O-line on paper, bro. I don't know about that Texas O-line on paper. It could be right for the picking. Derek Brown gonna be back. Turk Wharton in that thing. Bobby Brown had a heck of a game in the preseason game. Pat Jones, DJ Wannell, Nick Scored-Hoop, Princely Umamiel, and Young Gun. I want to see what our D-line can. I want to see our D-line take advantage, man. Make CJ a little uncomfortable back there, man. I want to see them take advantage. I want to see them making some things happen. And I don't even forgot A'Shawn Robinson. My bad. Look, I want to see them take advantage in the one-on-ones. I want to see some flashes in the one-on-ones. And the team control the line of scrimmage. If we can control the line of scrimmage and the trenches, we're going to be all right this year. So I want to see that against this team tomorrow. I want to see that. Right? I want to see that. So if that's their weakness, let's take advantage. We should be able to take advantage, right? I'm all about doing what we're supposed to do. And I understand we're not a Super Bowl contender. We're at that stage where we have expectations. So when you have expectations, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to handle your business. Last week versus the Browns in joint practice, from all intents and purposes, we won the practice. Offense got what they wanted. Defense only gave up a big play or two. But the Browns are going to be horrible. They're going to be horrible. As a team that I expect the Panthers to be, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to beat in joint practice a team like the Browns. Am I happy about it? Yeah. But that's what you're supposed to do. And so it's about us winning the games that we're supposed to do, winning the matchups that we're supposed to do. When they have a weakness and we have a strength, taking advantage of that. That's the next step of us being a respectable team. Win the games that you're supposed to win. And obviously, we're only projected for what, 6.5 wins? So there's not too many games we're supposed to win. But do what you're supposed to do. Handle your business that you're supposed to handle. So that's the next step. They have a weak O-line. We allocated a lot to our D-line, including Derrick Brown being back. You should take advantage. You should have that advantage and inflict your will. You know what I'm saying? Do what you're supposed to do. Handle your business. So that's what I want to say. That's what I want to see. But of course, you can't have a Texans versus Panthers thing without talking about the quote unquote matchup, even though it's not a game. But you can't talk about it without Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Right? Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Obviously, they're not facing each other, but it's just worth having a conversation. It's just funny, man, where things have gone. A lot of people in this fan base still probably want CJ Stroud. Still mad and wanting CJ Stroud. And not saying you got to be sold on Bryce, but my goodness, move on. Move on. Move on. So, like, first, that's the first things first. But I do think how, like, it's just a lesson in patience and letting stuff play out. Bryce, it didn't happen right away for Bryce. We were a bad team, man. Scott Fitterer fooled us. He told us all we needed to do was drop a quarterback into this team and we was ready. We weren't ready. Meanwhile, the Texans completely turned it around from being the second worst team in the league to being a playoff contender. I mean, they went to the playoffs. They won a playoff game last year. This year, they went to the playoffs. They just lost. Everybody's journey is not the same, man. Circumstances matter. You see CJ Stroud take a little bit of a step back when the offensive line isn't great, when the offensive coordinator and the offense isn't really put together the best. He had less touchdowns than Bryce, right? Because didn't Bryce have either had the same amount or Bryce had more, and Bryce played less games. Yeah, it makes sense. You need protection and you need a good play caller. Whoa, really? Really? You don't say. You don't say. So, look, man, it's a marathon, not a sprint, man. And I really hope Bryce Young really comes into his own and proves the doubters wrong, because there's still some doubters and naysayers. You gotta let a naysayer know, man. You gotta let a naysayer know. Let naysayer knows, man. Let a naysayer know. Shout out to Jalen Milroe and them naysayers. But I will be curious how CJ does against our defense. I'll be very curious. Because the one matchup we did have, Avera was a DC, and they had CJ in a blender. Avera actually one of his best performances as a DC. One of the best. I think his best performance is probably against Canales, against the Bucs, that second Bucs game where we held on to 9 points and we lost 9-0. That's probably Avera's best performance for the defense. But that Texas one from 2023 is up there. Definitely up there. B Dukes, what up, though? you know? So I want to see it, man. I'm really, really excited. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm putting this out there before anything goes down. The Browns, what happened there? It got me excited. But again, that's what we're supposed to do. If Bryce Young cooks and our defense holds their own tomorrow, from all reports and highlights and clips, that delusion meter is gonna start moving a little bit easier. And I said right now it's clicking. At the beginning, it's clicking. You know what I'm saying? It's clicking, click, 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 click. Look, that delusion meter. If we do what we need to do against the team tomorrow that I know has an elite defense and is a playoff team, that delusion meter, gonna be up, man. I'm telling y'all. It don't take much for me. It don't take much for me. I try to be realistic, but I'm still a fan, y'all. I let the film sober me up and bring me back to reality, but I'm still a fan. That delusion meter gonna start. Hey, man. Hey, man. I'm just putting it out there now. I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm gonna feel some type of way if things go a certain direction. But we gonna see. Y'all know what I say. We gonna see. I always say that. We gonna see. No need to rush it. Just give it time. We gonna see. Brandon Harris, what up, though? J6, I'm gonna be annoying if we show out on Saturday. Hey, look, man. Look, especially with the starters, because I'm hoping the Texans play their starters. They didn't in the first game. I'm hoping they do this game. I want to see it. And shoot, even the backups, Davis Mills is not a bad quarterback, man. For a backup, he's not a bad backup quarterback. He has starting experience. And I'm not saying he's like some guy, a franchise guy, but he's just a guy that, like, he will give you a good look, bro. He's played decent ball at times in his career. You know what I'm saying? He's played decent ball, so he's going to test the backups too. Yeah, Andy got to help us out, bro. Like, come on, man. Andy got to help us out this week. Andy got to help us out. Necessary blunt. So we're long overdue for a competitive team. We have it this time. Fan living in Texas, where you want to get Panthers gear? Number one place to get the places. All right, here it is. The places that I get vintage gear, like this hat that I got on, like this Bianca Batuka jersey that's behind me. If you want to get stuff like that, the number one place to go is eBay. eBay is tried and true. It's the OG triple OG. Everything is, they have buyer protection. You can use PayPal, so it's safe. And just go in there, search Carolina Panthers vintage, and look on there. Find you a deal. You can find deals everywhere. The second place, Mercari. Mercari is online resale place as well. They have great vintage gear, very, very underrated. They deliver as well. Mercari is a very, very great resource. I found some very niche stuff there for cheap because it's a niche website. eBay is the big boy, the big box, but Mercari, Mercari, is very, very niche. You can find some steals, and you ain't got to bid against everybody and their mama like you do on eBay. You can find steals. Number 3 is a website called Grailed, Grailed, Grailed.com. These are a lot more like vintage resellers, so the prices aren't necessarily the best, but the gear is nice. You can find some nice Carolina Panthers gear. Again, just search Carolina Panthers vintage. You can find some nice stuff there. I'm giving y'all a lot of free game, man. This is because I usually don't be. I tell y'all after the fact. So I'm really giving y'all free game right now. Y'all better love me for this. Fourth, Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is another underrated place. Facebook can get a little suspect, but they do have shipping. Obviously, if you're in the area of in Charlotte, you can meet up with people, or in the Carolinas, you can meet up with people to get your stuff. Some people, they ship. It can be hit and miss with Facebook because y'all know how sketchy Facebook just is in general. It's 2025. Facebook is just... Facebook is just it's the wild, wild west these days. But when you want to talk about niche stuff, like if you want to get like some Carolina Panthers, like beer glasses or a rocks glass for your whiskey or stuff like that, that's where you can find stuff on Facebook. That's why I like Facebook. You can get that antique shop type of stuff. You can get pins for like hat pins or stuff. You may not get like gear and jerseys, but like if you want to get memorabilia, like old pennants or like different, if you into that type of stuff, Facebook is the place for that. And the fifth one, I'd probably say Depop, D-E-P-O-P, Depop. Depop is great as well. You can't really haggle. Actually, you can't. You may be able to haggle on Depop, but Depop is a great site. They have a lot of stuff, fair prices, a lot of different gear, super, super dope. But if you're in Charlotte or in like Atlanta or anywhere with a big city, go to vintage conventions, bro. There's conventions. There's thrift. They're called ThriftCon is one. Just look up vintage or thrift convention near me. You can find one. They're huge. One in Atlanta that I be going to, a bunch of people from Charlotte and South Carolina drive down. Nobody buys Panthers gear at those things but me. And so I just haggle. They try to cut deals because that's where a lot of their gear is. And I just go and clean up there. I've gotten so much stuff from conventions that you wouldn't even know. Because a lot of those guys that go to conventions, if you try to buy from them on their website or Instagram, way too pricey. They overcharge on a lot of stuff. But if you go to the conventions and you talk to them in person, they're so desperate for deals, you can talk them into a deal. I love conventions. They're just not everywhere. So I wouldn't, it's my number. It's probably one of my top recommendations, but everybody can't get to those because they're really only in big cities. So the eBay was way too much free game. Yeah, I mean, eBay is eBay, bro. You gotta let the chips fall. But I didn't give away my eBay techniques to get the stuff, but eBay is definitely where it's at. eBay definitely where it's at. That's why I say it's my number one. I probably bought the most stuff from eBay. But my favorite is probably Mercari. I've gotten a lot of hats. I got this from Mercari. My paint splash, my vintage paint splash hat, I got that from Mercari. My shark tooth hat, I got that from Mercari. Like all my big time hard finds, Mercari. So they got to connect in China for jerseys. Is them old powder blue, or is it gonna be the processed blue? That's the question. What color blue is it gonna be? But real quick, I want to talk about some underrated performances from the preseason game. This is my last time talking about the preseason game in general. I may drop some film. I'm working on a scheme video, looking at some of the calls that Cooley made. But underrated performers, Sam Roberts, number 74. Sam Roberts plays D-line. All he plays with is wrist tape and no gloves. Don't have a lot of swag, so he's probably been ignored. But he had some good reps. He had some very, very good reps. He played great against the run. He was good against double teams. This D-line group is going to be very, very competitive, and we have some guys that have made some plays that have flashed on film. Would they be serious contributors? Probably not right away, But Sam Roberts, you could tell he looks a little bit better than guys like Cam Jackson, who's not as experienced. Cam Jackson's still working on his pad level. You know what I'm saying? But Sam Roberts played with good pad level. He took and split double teams very, very well. Very, very underrated guy. I'm wanting to see more from him. He's caught my eye. He stuck out to me on film. You know, I like the underdogs, so I like to pay attention to those guys and see what happens. Probably a practice squad candidate, if anything, but definitely a guy that I think has shown some flashes. The next up, Thomas Incoon. Thomas Incoon, edge rusher, number 48. Special teams, bro. He's that guy. This man had like 4 or 5 special teams tackles. He was everywhere. Everywhere. That edge rusher room is going to be a little bit more competitive. Obviously, we picked up the 2 rookies, but this dude is going to find himself on the team just because of special teams prowess. Tough, fast, making plays on special teams, kickoff, the punt team as well. Can play all 4. Kickoff, kick return, punt return. He's got nice speed off the edge. He did have that roughing the passer against Shador where he put his body weight down on him. But he's pretty fast. He's a little bit, the arm length ain't all the way there. So against the run, he got to figure some things out. But I thought Incoon special teams wise, he hooped. I think he has some good bursts. He's flashed in practice on several occasions, according to the reporters. He may be up ahead on the depth chart than DJ Johnson. Now, I don't know how many edge rushers they're going to keep, but if they only keep 5, DJ may be on the outside looking in. Because DJ plays special teams, but he made a couple plays against the run. But he had a couple like head scratching plays as well, like where he just had zero awareness of where the ball is. Like literally the ball is right beside you and you don't do nothing. That little trick play they made on the goal line, he was right there. He didn't see it. It went right by him and then he just jogged to try to get it. You can't win with that. And then you're not bringing anything in the pass rush game. But Incoon has that burst. And he plays great on special teams. So, look, Incoon, you could play special teams with pass rush upside. I'm here for it, gang. I'm here for it. Shout out to my boy Count. He said Incoon was showing off them pass rush moves. Said DJ better lock in. Bro, DJ ain't got no bag, bro. Incoon got a little bag. He got a little pass rush bag, bro. With the speed rush. Like I said, he got that roughing the passer on Shador because he put his body weight on him, but he got through there, laid a nice hit. Has a high motor. Look, man. It's gonna get uncomfortable back there on the bottom of that list, bro. It's not comfortable being on that bubble. It ain't comfortable being on that bubble, dog. You know what I mean? It is not comfortable being on that bubble. And look, man, it's gonna be. And if we keep 6, maybe Boogie Basham. Maybe Boogie Basham gets a spot, but I doubt it. I doubt they keep Boogie Basham over DJ Johnson. Because DJ Johnson at this point is they just refuse to take the L. They refuse to take the L. He has a few flashes of reps against the run. So I know somebody's gonna say, oh, he made some plays against the run. He can set the edge. He's not some stalwart setting the edge, bro. We've seen him get outflanked. We've seen him get beat to the edge. If y'all remember that Cowboys film breakdown I did where I destroyed the defense, I called him out. I showed y'all physical evidence of him not setting the edge like everybody swears that he's good at doing. He's just not it, bro. They refuse to take a loss. And I get it. It's Avero's Avero's first year, he influenced the pick. I personally still think it was a panic move. That he wasn't his first choice, but he was the choice that was available. You know what I'm saying? So it may get uncomfortable. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yes, please. Shout out to Zach. Please hit that like button, man. Please hit that like button. It helps out. It's only it don't take you but 2 seconds, and it don't cost you a thing. It don't. It's free. It's free. And it helps me out tremendously. It helps out tremendously. But again, Incoon, play ball. And people probably know this, but last but not least, Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown played a great game. It wasn't really underrated. He flashed multiple times. He flashed the pass rush. He flashed run plays. He looked quick off the line of scrimmage. Bobby Brown was in with the second group, so this is a good thing that we expect from him. But Bobby, yeah, I like what I saw from Bobby, bro. That's a big guy moving as quick and as fast as he was. Bobby Brown did his thing. Now, I don't know if he's just going to be the starting nose and base. And obviously, we didn't play a lot of base. So we started Turk and Ashawn. We'll see what the rotation is if it changes with Derrick Brown coming back and stuff like that. But I want to see Bobby Brown spin with Derrick Brown in there. I want to see our base group get a chance to spin. Maybe we'll see it this week. We'll see. And I see people talking about preseason. Yeah, and like I'll say this. Preseason doesn't count, but it matters, right? I saw somebody else on Twitter say that, and I thought it was perfect. It doesn't count, but it matters. And people want to tell me that, like, yeah, of course, nobody's ever won a Super Bowl in the preseason. Of course. But, like, going over in the playoffs is just embarrassing. And, like, I'm not saying we have to win or winning, like, but we just look bad sometimes. The starters look okay and acceptable. But, like, everybody's like, oh, the backups. It's just backups. So why does everybody else backups always play ball? But ours don't. Why are everybody backups always better than our backups? And people say, our depth, we don't have any depth. Our depth got murdered by Scott Fitter. Brother, we have better depth this year. We have way better depth. We have competitive depth. All them receivers we got, all them running backs we got, all them D linemen we got. But we ain't got no depth. We have depth. We have depth. In some places, you're not going to be strong everywhere. But good Lord, why? This is even before Dan Morgan. Before. You know what I'm saying? Before that. It seems like we've been getting smoked in preseason. Like, bring back Joe Webb. Bring back Joe Webb. Joe Webb kept us competitive. Do you guys got to have a scrambling backup quarterback to be able to make plays? Go get me a backup quarterback. Go get me, like, why didn't we scoop up Malik Willis? We should have scooped up Malik Willis. You know what I'm saying? Do we have to have a scrambling court like because it's getting old, man. Like I said, That can't be the reason every year. Some got to give. Some got to give. I just want to just show me something, man. Make it interesting. Make it interesting, man. Dang. Give me something to feel good about. Sheesh. Because, yeah, Andy Dalton, bro. I don't have a lot to say, anything else to say, bro. But good gosh, he was bad. He looked old, bro. Tripping over his own feet on a pump fake. Trying to force something in there, rolling out through a pick. Getting through his reads too fast. Getting to the check down way too fast and his guys open. Andy, we got too many receivers to not be able to get a look if Andy's going to be that bad. We need to be able to get a look at these guys. So if Andy's going to be that bad, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. You say if depth isn't the problem, then what is? Because the Browns' backups torch us. That's my point. The Browns don't have great starters. They don't have great starters all around, especially on offense. So why would one of the teams that's going to be pretty bad this year? How is their depth better than ours? It shouldn't, especially like that's what don't make sense. That's what don't make sense. But I digress. Andy got to be better. He has to. He absolutely has to be better. So we'll see. Is there preseason scrutiny for Shador? That would be something, huh? That would be something, huh? XL has a lot to prove. Coker take that wide receiver 2 spot. I don't even think and I think there's a lot of, and this, I really didn't want to talk about this, but I don't understand why people are so obsessed with trying to get rid of Xavier Leggett. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. Y'all see the receivers getting paid $25, $30, $35 million. That's the high end. We have multiple receivers on rookie contracts. That's going to allow us to be able to acquire other talent and make easier decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like having receivers on rookie contracts is a great thing a great position to be in. Why would we want to ship off a guy, a first rounder that we traded up for, mind you, the first pick of this regime at that? Why would you think they trade Excel? Why would they trade Xavier Leggett after 1 year? That doesn't even come on, man. Use y'all common sense. Why would the first pick of their regime? Why would they trade him after 1 year? After 1 year. When again, I told you, this receiver room overall has proven nothing. This receiver room has proven nothing. Adam Thielen, he has proven something, but he kind of long in the tooth. Outside of that, this receiver room has not proven anything. But we're trying to give away the idea to give away talent when the whole room is unproven. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? It literally doesn't make sense. Y'all just don't like the guy, and that's fine. Y'all just gotta say it. Y'all don't like him. Because what the logic of trying to trade him literally doesn't make sense. Does he gotta play better? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But if you watch the game and you actually watch, like, go back and watch the tape. Look how slow we look out there without Xavier Legette on the field. Look how slow our offense look, the receivers look without him on the field. And I love our receiver group. But we're missing speed out there. And I like Jimmy, but Jimmy ain't all the way there yet. Jimmy's going to be able to get his package and get him his touches. But as a full-fledged receiver, to be that guy, he's not really there yet. He got some work to do. But just look at how slow our receivers look. And like I said, and I like our receivers. But T-Mac ain't no burner. Adam definitely ain't no burner. Coker's not a burner either. They can win, but they're not putting fear in defenses because of their speed. Excel can get behind the defense. He just got to be able to catch the ball. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. But I'm just not in the business of giving away a first-round pick after 1 year because you're not going to get anything for him that you think you're going to get. Y'all just want to trade a trade. That's Madden. That's that Madden logic. That's that Madden logic, bro. It don't work like that. And again, he was the first pick of the regime. They're not going to trade him after a year. We gotta be serious, guys. We gotta be serious. We gotta be serious. We gotta be serious. So we gonna see. Let's let things play out, guys. Making rash decisions off of unproven, trying to move guys out of an unproven group. And they may end up making a trade out of that receiver group. It'll be so deep. Because we may try to get a linebacker or something. Who will it be? I don't know. Maybe it's Thielen. Maybe it's Renfro. I don't know. It just don't make sense, man. And I believe in XL. So y'all may just think I'm fanned out. OPM was good, brother. Y'all may think I'm fanned out, but it just don't make sense, bro, from a roster building standpoint. He was like, this is not like Mingo, where Mingo was a prior regime, and Mingo obviously was overdrafted, like 2 or 3 rounds overdrafted. And literally gave us nothing. XL has shown flashes. The brother just got to catch the ball. That's literally the only thing it is. He's got to catch the ball. There's a lot of receivers in the league that drop passes. Believe it or not. Tyreek Hill led the league in receiving yards. That same year, he led the league in drops. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had 9. There's a lot of receivers out there that drop the ball. So let's just pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes. We're fine right now. Let's let the guys prove themselves and let things play out. Because again, this receiver group is still unproven. Unproven. They haven't proved anything. I like them, and I like our receiving group. But they haven't proven anything. Let them do it first. Let them do it first, right? Dale, what up, though? But we're going to be all right, man. We're going to be all right. I'm really excited for tomorrow, though, man. Again, I'm really excited for tomorrow. It's going to really show and tell us a lot, man. We're going to find out a lot about our squad tomorrow. I'm ready to be delusional. I'm ready. I'm 100% ready to be delusional. I'm ready. I'm ready. Do we have a 1,000-yard receiver on the team? Yeah. One of them should. And the way T-Mac, I almost said Excel. The way T-Mac getting targeted, it may be him. No doubt. But all right. we can't be happy, guys. We're Panthers fans. We can't be happy. We can't be happy. First time we've had a respectable receiver room since what, 2020? This is the deepest receiver room we've had since 2020. But we can't be happy. We gotta blow it up. We gotta blow it up. We like arguing about something. We gotta blow it up. Let's blow it up. Instead of letting the chips fall where they may with the perceived talent that we got, again, most talented we've probably had since 2020. 2020, we had DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Robbie. This year, I think we have some depth that's pretty good. But people want to blow it up. Thielen's old. I know he led the team in receiving yards, but he's old. Let's get him out of here. Get him out of here. We're too good for that. We're too good for that. Get Adam Thielen out of here. He led us in yards. Get him out of there. Get him out of here. He's taking reps from the young guys. The young guys need to be better then. If the dude that's my age can take reps and targets from our young guys, maybe this receiver room isn't that good after all. I'm just speaking right now. And I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm just saying the fact that he's still getting targets is because somebody hasn't stepped up to take targets away from him. Nobody has stepped up to take targets away from him. Like, get mad at your favorite receiver. Whoever your favorite receiver is, if you want Thielen gone, get mad at your favorite receiver on this team for not playing better to get him gone. That's what it comes down to. Tell the young guys to play better. Just saying. Make him expendable. He should easily fade into the distance. We should have plenty of guys stepping up to play better to him to make him fade into the distance. It's up to them to do it. But if he's producing, he can play. Who am I yelling at? There's people online that want to trade Adam Thielen or cut Adam Thielen, whatever it may be. They want to trade or cut Xavier Legette. It's a lot going on in this fan base, man. This is just online chatter. Hopefully winning, and I want to say winning will have us on the right path and we won't start talking crazy and being weird about certain stuff, but it won't. We've been arguing with Eagles fans all offseason. They won a Super Bowl. So winning clearly doesn't cure whatever issues may be. I've been arguing with these crazy Eagle fans all offseason on Twitter. Most insecure fan base in the league, bro. They won the Super Bowl and they getting into these petty arguments every other day. You know what I'm saying? Would I trade for Parsons? Yeah, but he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. I would trade for Parsons. And I agree. I don't take it serious. And this is my first and last time addressing it, to be honest. And just because I give props to one receiver doesn't mean I'm putting down another. People can't give props to somebody without putting down the other. Me praising Coker is not an invitation to try to dunk on Leggett. I do think Coker does have a chance to be wide receiver too, but at the same time, it's not an opportunity to open door to try to dunk on Leggett or say let's trade Leggett. That's what I'm saying. They did the same. They did the same thing to Bryce. They jumped to conclusions too early on Bryce. They jumped to conclusions too early on Derrick Brown. Literally, people were so mad that we chose Derrick Brown over Isaiah Simmons. And then after he got benched by Matt Rule, they were really up in arms. But now what? Top 10 player at his position, best player on the team. You look crazy. In hindsight, you look crazy. And I get it. We're fans, man. We're fans. So it's going to happen. There's going to be different opinions. So I get it. Can't try to police feelings. But good God, like some guys, we just got to be patient a little bit. Just a little bit. Just be patient a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit of patience. So that was me. I was full blown wrong there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just a little bit of patience, bro. It just takes a little bit. We're going to be all right, guys. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I promise you. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. We're going to be all right. And once things start going great, it's going to all work out. People are going to be nice to each other. We're going to be able to hold hands. We're going to be able to kumbaya. Shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat. Said Isaiah Simmons. He loved dunking on Isaiah. He loved dunking on Isaiah. And shout out to my guy Will Robinson on the super chat, man. I think I missed him, bro. My bad, bro. Appreciate you. I think I missed you earlier. I apologize. But appreciate you on the super chat. Said keep pounding. No doubt. No doubt. Said patience is useless. We want everything. And no, like I get it. We've been trashed for so long. We've been told to be patient. So I get it. I'm impatient as well. I want the end result on the macro. The micro with players, I understand how stuff works. I understand how stuff works with players. It's the macro where I lack patience. It's the macro. Don't tell me it takes time. It takes time to build a winner. Rome wasn't built in a day. But we see all these teams turn around the 1 year. The Commanders turn around quick. The Texans turn it around quick. That's what I'm impatient about. I'm ready to win. I think this year is going to be it. That's where I'm at, though. That's where I'm at. Is he not up? I mean, T-Mac had 2 drops in the game. I'm sure they'll be ready to trade T-Mac. I'm just joking. I'm gonna be positive now because tomorrow I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, the Lions too. Well, the Lions have been trash. The Lions have been trash, but yeah, they went from bad to good. The Lions were more of a steady climb. I will say that. But the Commanders turned around quick. What, number 2 pick or number 3, whatever they picked, Jaden, number 3 to playoffs to shoot. They went to was it the NFC Championship? No, they didn't go to the NFC. Did they go to the NFC? They lost to the Eagles, but was that the NFC Championship? I don't know. But they made it far after being garbage. The Texans were bad. They picked number 2 after we picked Bryce. They've been to the playoffs back-to-back years and got playoff wins. It can be done, man. It can be done. So let's do it. That's where I'm impatient at. Let's do it. Let's finally do it. Turn this thing around. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. Do a home playoff. Let's win a home playoff game. Man, listen. The way I'm feeling, I'll pay whatever for a ticket. I'll pay whatever for a ticket for a home playoff game. Good Lord. It really makes you appreciate it. Being bad for 7 years, I thought Wilkes was gonna get us one. I thought Wilkes was gonna get us there. I was ready. I thought Wilkes was gonna get us to the playoffs, man. So I'm dropping the bag for a home playoff game. I'm telling you, man, I gotta be there. If we get a home playoff game. They go and crack the beer open, keep the live going. I can't, bro. I can't. I can't. I'm trying to make this little bit of stretch that I got in here. I also got to go watch I got to go watch the WNBA game, the Dream playing tonight. Yeah, I mean that was the Wilkes had we were Denzel Washington. They did used to call Wilkes Denzel. That joke was funny. That was funny. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Juice Force. Juice Force. You missed my soliloquy about IPAs. Got to go in on the UB box for a home playoff game. Look, man, let's go ahead and get that suite. Let's go ahead and get that box. Unless y'all want to be in the elements with the people. With the people. Yeah, these 9.5. I can't get another one of these. I told earlier, two of them will get you there. 3 of them you'll be at. 2 of them will get you a buzz. 3 of them will get you there of these. So I was like, I'm good with 1. Yeah, like somebody like whenever I have time and in a good imagination, I'm gonna do like a Marvel style what if video of what would have happened had we made the playoffs with Wilkes. Like, what does the timeline look like? Had we had like Eddie Pinero made the Falcons field goal, and then like J.C. Horn doesn't hurt his wrist, and so we beat the Bucks and we get the division and we win, and then like we stay at 9 because we get Wilkes. We stay at 9. Maybe we draft like Anthony Richardson or something like that instead of Bryce. That's my what if. The alternate timeline that Wilkes got us there. They catch the dog. Yeah, they got them, man. They got them. All 3 of them. It was 3 different dudes. They got them. Let's see how this nigga was remembering the Titans. Tactical nuclear penguin. That sounds dangerous. Tactical nuclear penguin. That sounds dangerous. That beer sounds dangerous. Yeah, Eddie P still on the streets, man. Eddie P still on the streets. I'm curious. I'm curious if somebody will pick him up. I know we're not gonna swallow our pride and go get him. I know for a fact we're not gonna swallow our pride. He wanted too much money, if I'm not mistaken, just because that whole most accurate kicker in NFL history thing went to his head. It went to his head. I'm willing. Whatever. If it comes back to bite us, it comes back to bite us. But I'm good. I'm good with letting Eddie Pinero walk. I'm not losing any sleep. Yeah, he was holding out as a kicker. I'm not losing any sleep. I promise you. Because the guy, Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker, he's been balling. We got rid of him in camp because we had injuries, so we just really couldn't afford to carry two kickers. But the thicker kicker, he's balling. He is balling. Let me see what his stats was. He just had a good game. He was kicking for the Jets, I think. Let me see. I think he had a good UFL year. Where did he just go? Harrison Mevis went 3 for 3 on field goals and 2 extra points. He made 39-yarder. So nothing really crazy. But he went 3 for 3. Yeah, Butker. He won the best in the game too. That hurt. But at the time, obviously, they're gonna be loyal to the vets. They're gonna be loyal to the vets. Do I have super chat disabled? I better not. I don't even know how to do that. I ain't turning down that. Look, I ain't turning down that. I ain't do it. Look, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. If I did it, I ain't turned off no super chat. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So he'll get some tackles too now. So that what's the name? As much as he tried to say, as much as he tried to put it out there after he missed that Atlanta kicks, Steve Wilkes ain't believe in Pinero either. As many times we punted from inside the 40, Steve Wilkes did not believe in Eddie Pinero either. Let's be real. So YouTube probably does hate me, man. So it's in a little bit extra next time. Appreciate it. Or on the replay, maybe you can try a super thanks on the replay. Yeah, we gotta lock our special teams down, man. We gotta lock the special teams down. I was not impressed on Saturday, man. I mean Friday. I was not. We got to get this special teams together, like real ASAP, like quick. quick. Because that can cost you some games. That field position, muff punts. Like, we got to get it together. Got to get it together. Seek says, good to meet you at Fan Fest. You talk trash about Nick Scott. Nah, our special team coach, this is second year. We look bad, man. It looked bad. You got to clean it up. Got to clean it up for sure. A lot to work on. A lot to work on. Yeah, the punter looked solid for one, and apparently the streets are saying that Johnny Hekker is struggling. I was following some Titans people on Twitter. They said Johnny Hekker is a shankopotamus. Shankopotamus. I think we might have got rid of him a year too late, but Johnny's he's getting old, man, and he fell off. So it was a good job by them moving on. Y'all talking about Nick Scott, bro? They can't fool us, bro. Don't let them lie to y'all, man. Do not let this team lie to y'all, bro. Do not let this team lie to y'all about Nick Scott. Your eyes are working. We're not at training camp, so we can't see everything. But your eyes are working. You saw last year. You at Fan Fest, saw him take that bad angle and let Xavier Legette go 40 yards to the crib because he didn't want to make the tackle. Don't let them lie to y'all, man. Do not let them lie to y'all, bro. Don't let them lie to us. I'm hoping for the best with Nick. I'm hoping for the best as it seems like they've already given him the starting spot, according to Dave, which is crazy to me. But trust your eyes, guys. Trust your eyes. Trust your eyes, man. That's all I got to say on that one. All I got to say is trust your eyes, bro. And I don't even think, because like Ransom, I think Ransom plays more of what Morig plays than that. So like, I don't even think Ransom can start personally, but I think Damani Richardson, I would feel okay about rolling the dice with Damani Richardson, especially since Damani Richardson took his spot last year. So how can Damani Richardson take the dude's spot last year, but this year it's a battle and like coach sounds like they're leaning Nick Scott because of experience? I think it's because experience in the system, unfortunately. I think it's because experience in the system. I think because Morig doesn't have experience in the system. He's a vet, but he doesn't have experience in the system. So they don't want a rookie, well, not rookie, but a second-year player, and then Morig out there as the safeties. I think that that's what I try to do, man, before I get too pissed off. I try to make sense of the move, like try to find their logic. I may not agree with it, but I try to find their logic in it. He said he had to replace an optometrist sign because her patient ran over him. Yeah, I don't trust the depth chart personally. Personally, right now, I don't trust it. Personally. Personally, because of what you're saying about Thornton. I personally don't trust it. I don't put much stock in it, is what I'm saying. I don't trust it. I just don't put stock in it because of what you said. That's just my thought process. But that's just me. But again, I want to see what we do tomorrow. That's the bottom line, the bottom takeaway, guys. I want to see how tomorrow goes. It's going to be a real test. It's going to tell me a lot. Have fun in the game, man. If anybody in the chat is going to the joint practice, get some videos. Make sure get some videos, man. They allow recording. Get some videos. Post it to Twitter or somewhere. Send it to me. I'll post it if you don't want to. Keep us posted. We want to know. We want to know. But it's going to be a real test tomorrow, guys. Real test. All right? Y'all make sure y'all keep y'all heads up. We'll report back on what's going on. Make sure y'all go to download the Bleacher Report app. Follow the Panthers on there. I do daily videos. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I do videos. Post game, I go live there. I go live there. So make sure y'all check out Bleacher Report. Second preseason game is Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. DB hurt his ribs. It's not the knee. DB hurt his ribs. So that's why he's good on the knee is good. He hurt his ribs, but he's back. Yeah, I am glad he learned about preseason. I learned too, because I was over here. I was on this same platform defending it, saying that because there isn't any data that suggests that playing preseason guarantees success. But at the same time, I can't argue with what happened. We looked unprepared in week 1. And the kinks and stuff that needed to be worked out probably could have been worked out if we played decent enough in preseason, personally. Because we couldn't pick up a blitz to save our life against the Saints. But all right, no more backtracking. We on and upward. I got a daily show. It's short form, unfortunately. It's short form. So less than 3 minutes, more than 90 seconds. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And again, live post-game. Immediately post-game. So make sure y'all figure out how to get on Bleacher Report. Because if I don't go on live here after the game, I'm definitely going on live on Bleacher Report. Because they hit my direct deposit. Not much. But I got an obligation to do it. Just FYI. If I'm on the road or something like that, I'll try my best to get on here. Again, next week, I'm going to open the phone lines post-game. So y'all be ready. Clorox Bleach, what up, though? But I'm out of here, guys. Love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Peace.